Hey guys, it's Dawn from Creative Appliques. Welcome to my channel. If you're a subscriber, thanks so much for being here and welcome back. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and click the like button down below to be notified when I upload new videos. Today we're going to talk about fast frames and some tricks on how to stabilize them for the projects you're doing. So let's get started. Fast frames are some of my favorite frames to use because it makes it so much easier to hoop things. And one of the things they talk about that you should use when you're using a fast frame is sticky stabilizer. I don't like sticky stabilizer. I have not had good luck with it. I don't feel like it comes off the item very well. I used it one time on the inside of a purse to stabilize a leather purse flap to sew a monogram on it, and the sticky stabilizer never came off the inside. So I kind of have developed my own little way of stabilizing using my fast frames, and I wanted to share it with you today, hoping that it might offer you some guidance if you too use fast frames. So I take my fast frame and my stabilizer. It doesn't matter if it's cutaway or if it's tearaway. So right now for this I'm using tearaway, and I simply line up the stabilizer, the edge of the stabilizer here, with about, let me see, it's not completely even with the edge here. It is because I'm going to tape it down, and so I like to have a little better protection, so I kind of come in about this far, if you can see that, and that way it'll give me some space to tape it down. So I slide it over here because I essentially just cut the outline of the frame like so, and now I'm going to take tape and I'm going to tape it. So with my frames, I like to, this is a little piece of masking tape, and it's the size of the frame. So I know what size frame it is when I have it hanging up on my board here, and I can grab it really quickly. I know what size it is. It also shows me what side is up. With the fast frames, there is a little curve in it, if you can see the little curve. And so it's very important that when you put it on your machine that the curve goes the correct way. Now for my one machine, the curve needed to go, it needed to go down like this, okay? But for the new machine that I have, the Ricoma, the curve needs to be up. So it is very important that you follow what machine you have and what direction it needs to go. So for me, for my Ricoma, this hoop, I've labeled the size of it, and I put the tape there on the front so I know which side for me is going to be up. So that's just a little pointer that might help you with knowing which way to put it on there, because as I said, it's going to matter when you put it on the machine, and it's going to depend on your brand and your make of machine and the fast frames that you're using. So now for the stabilizer, I put it down and I will tape it on 3 sides just so it's easier to get up. And I don't tape it completely in all the corners. And now I'll pull it up, and I will take the frame and lay it down right there. And I'll tape that one, and then I'll turn it over, and I will tape the top here so I have it nice and taut. So I get the tape there, and then I pull it up so it's nice and taut, okay? And then flip these 2 sides around like that. and it's taped. And so that way you have a nice tight hooping to apply the item. Then the next thing I do is I will take some spray adhesive. This is by Dritz. This is the one I like the best, but there's 505. You can find, I'll put my link below to my Amazon storefront that will link you to some of the products, the stabilizer that I like, the spray adhesive that I like. And so when I'm going to hoop something, I'll just do a spritz of the spray adhesive on here, and then it's ready to go. The other thing I wanted to mention too is if you're wondering how you're going to get it completely straight on there, you can take a ruler and a pen, and I don't know if you could see, but there's notches right here. There's a notch there, a notch there, that shows you where the center is, okay? So one of the things you can do as well is just line up your ruler to those notches and draw a line. And then that way you know the center point. The other thing too, and I haven't had a chance to do with these frames, but I will take a Sharpie and I will measure the exact inside and put on here a little mark with my Sharpie, so I know exactly where the middle point is on the sides as well. And then that way you can draw a line from side to side and have your marking. And so then when you are putting your item on here and you have your item marked, you know exactly where the center is and where it is even. And then you're just going to, after you attach your item on here, however you want to do it, there's several ways you can do it. So right now I just have a scrap piece of knit here to show you how I'm going to do this, but I will essentially just spray this on here, keeping it away from your machine, your carpets, all those things. And then you just lay your item on there. And now there's several things you can use to secure the item. So you can use pins. Okay, so we'll show you how several different options you can use that you might want to do all the way around. So of course pins work great to get the item secured. Like this. Another thing that I really like are these quilting clips. So once the item is on there, I just clip it down like this. And if you're using a water-soluble stabilizer on top of this, these are great too to secure them. Another little fun tool I have is this tool. And I don't even know what the name of it is. It's a clamp clip. And it pops out these little clips like this. So you feed them in the back here, like that. And then you slide the front of the clip on there and push this little thing here, just like that. And so that is another really great way to hoop it. Whoops, those two didn't want to work. To secure the item. It's important to know these clips are not going to work if you have something really thick, especially if you're trying to do some kind of leather or vinyl or a thick terry towel or a denim jacket. These aren't going to work very well. They work for very thin fabric. So this is something that's great. If you're doing something like leather, you're going to want to make sure the way you secure it is not going to poke holes in it. So pins aren't going to be the best option either. That is when you might just going to want to use the sticky stabilizer. But if you're not a fan of sticky stabilizer like I'm not, then this might be a really good option for you. Some spray adhesive and then clipping the item on there. Okay, so now we're going to take the frames, and trying to explain how this goes. You can see there's a bump this way, and then there's if you turn it over, the frame, the bump goes down. So, if that makes sense. So when you are attaching the frame to the master bracket, you want to make sure that this is the flat part that's going to go into the bracket, and then the bump is going to go like this up. Okay, so it's not going to be down. So you take the master bracket and you loosen the screw here. You don't have to unscrew it all the way, because this is just a U here that will slide in. The important part is you want to make sure these 2 points here go and fit over these 2 spots right here. So when you slide it on, like this, you can hear it kind of snap down onto there, and then when you tighten the screw, it holds it on there. So you can see this side is not on there all the way. Yes, it is. Okay, so you have both of these holes on the pins, and then this is tightened down this way, so it's not going to go anywhere. Now when you put this in to the machine, you're going to take it this way and insert it onto the machine just like this. Sorry, wrong. You're going to take it like this way, and put it in here. So it's just going to fit right in like so, and it snaps right in just like that. One more thing I wanted to talk about was why I love fast frames so much, because you can hoop items that are really hard to hoop, things that you can't get into a hoop, like a denim jacket or little itty bitty baby socks, or collar tips. How about cuffs, men's shirts that you want to monogram the cuffs on, caps, right? The back of a cap, like we talked about, sleeves. So these are some of the things that you'll be able to monogram and sew designs onto that aren't as easy to hoop. The thing that I love about them, that it's really fast. I can save time not having to center and everything, because all I have to do is lay my item on top of it. It cuts down, for me, on hooping time. It cuts down on stabilizer. I'll show you how I stabilize mine. A lot of them say you should use sticky stabilizer. I don't like sticky stabilizer, so I'll show you how I hoop mine in another video. And the other thing that it really helps with is you're not going to get hoop burn. So if you're going to monogram some towels, you're not going to have that top hoop that sits on top of it and will cause a hoop burn for the item. Hoop burn is when you get that marking on the item because it's been hooped too tightly, or even not hooped too tightly, but if it's an item that has loft in it, like a towel or like terry cloth or velvet, velour, something like that, it will cause what's called hoop burn, and sometimes that doesn't always come out of the item. And the other thing that for people that are like me, that are getting older and have a little bit of problems with my wrist, there's not any hard hooping to press the top hoop down onto the bottom hoop, and therefore causing, you know, hand strain and issues with your wrists. So I'd love for you to leave a comment down below. Let me know if you have fast frames, if you love them, if you what you find works for you. I'd love if you'd comment to tell me what other videos you would like to see. And please, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Thanks for joining me today, guys, and make your life creative.